Hi guys, and welcome back to Indie Spotlight, where this week we're looking again at Faron's Fate, but this time for the Beta 3 release. Now I've skipped over a few versions, so there's quite a bit of content since the last video I put out. Unfortunately, I'm not that great at this game, so if I tried to do a playthrough and show the new items as I played, we'd probably be here for quite a long time. So what I'm going to do is cut to particular moments in a series of playthroughs I did just now, and I'll be able to give you an idea of the sort of enemies and new rooms and new items that you'll see along the way when you play this new release of the game. So without further ado, let's jump in. So starting with the weapons. This is the Emerald Sword, which gives you an increased chance of inflicting criticals. The Haunted Blade, which increases the critical damage but also causes damage to you when you cause a critical, which can be a little drawback. The Lightning Blade, which has a chance to chain lightning to nearby enemies. The Master Sword, which shoots projectiles when you're at full health. The Mystic Blade, which increases your mana steal. The Royal Hammer, which causes enemies to drop more items. As you can see here, the first two bats I kill both drop a mana potion. And finally, this is the Wind Sword, which increases your knockback, minus a bit of indecision by me there. Now moving on to magic. This is the Bodkin Arrow, which gives you piercing shots. The Book of Rage, which gives you a damage buff. The Book of Wind, which gives you a knockback buff. And the Bubble Shield, which shields you from damage. As you can see here with me using it on these bats. However, don't rely on it too much, as when it runs out, of course, you're directly in the line of fire. This is the Crystal Ball, which gives all enemies in the room a random status effect, which I will demonstrate in this next room. As you can see here, two of the bats were poisoned, one was frozen, and one was charmed, effectively dealing with two of the bats for me and just leaving me needing to take out the last two. This is the Flaming Arrow, which gives you fiery projectiles, as I'll demonstrate here in a second, on my willing test subjects of these rats. And as you can see, it deals with them fairly quickly for me. This is the Ice Arrow, which gives you freezing projectiles, as this rat finds out. And this is the Light Rune, which heals you at the cost of reducing your maximum HP. And the Meat Haunch, which restores some HP in return for the mana that you use to activate it, of course. The Snow Globe. This freezes all of the enemies on the screen, which is a very useful ability, as you see here. Gives you quite a lot of time to just walk around and kill them all before the effect wears off. And finally the Shovel, which allows you to dig down to the next floor. Now moving on to clothing, unfortunately I don't have very much here other than the Thief's Cap, which gives you a luck boost. Next up are what I call passives, which are items that you don't need to specifically activate. For example, the coupon here, which gives you 50% off of all shop items, which is very useful. The Demon Claw, which causes more demon shops to spawn. The Eyeball, which increases your damage. The 4-leaf Clover, which increases your luck. The Golden Key, this gives you unlimited keys for the rest of the floor. And the Rabbit's Foot, which increases your luck again. And the Webbed Feet, which cause you to have no speed penalty for walking in water, which is a new type of terrain which occurs in the caves. Now onto the Orbs. Now I know these are not a new thing, but I do rather like them. So Mercury gives you a damage up. Venus gives you a crit chance up and critical damage up. Earth gives you a health up and magic up. Mars gives you a defense up. And Neptune gives you health and speed up. Now the boss drops. Again, some of these are not new, but I'm collecting them together here. The Heart Container gives you a health up. Explosive Hairballs give you poison bombs, and the Barbed Heart gives you a health and damage up. The Blood Heart gives you a HP and lifesteal chance up. The Silver Heart gives you HP and defense up. The Magic Heart gives you HP and magic up. And finally the Mutant Heart gives you not 1 but 2 health ups. Now, new rooms. First we have the Demon rooms, which allow you to exchange some of your maximum health rating in return for some very powerful items. We have the new upgraded item rooms, which can stock more items. And the Scroll rooms, which give you stat up items, but you're only allowed to choose 1 of the 4 each time, so choose carefully. And finally we're going to have a quick look at the caves. This is a new type of floor with a new style to it, along with new enemies such as these eyeball and slime type enemies you see here, as well as these skeletons, which come in a few varieties. In addition to the water tiles, it also has these crystal formations, which can only be destroyed with a bomb, and when you do so they give you a rather large payout in return. So that's a quick overview of some of the new things you'll find in the beta 1, 2 and 3 versions of Faron's Fate. I hope this will be useful for you. As always, if you like the episode hit like, if you want to see more hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.